Hello guys, welcome to Suppress. So in this video, I want to share with you guys the psychological evidences behind, as the topic suggested, how our emotional experiences influence our facial attraction. So firstly, I think it's important to talk about what is attractiveness and what we perceive as attractive. So the essential reason behind attractiveness or attraction is always survival. So it's always about evolution. So the reason we perceive certain features as attractive, it could be anything, they all have profound evolutionary reasons. For instance, the reason we perceive, say, the cheekbone, why certain cheekbones are more superior or more attractive than the others, has evolutionary reason. The reason certain men, for instance, develop that beautiful and angular cheekbone is very much related to their testosterone level when they were young. So when a man has a higher testosterone level in their development ages, they will develop or they will have a more angular and more, say, manly cheekbones. And all of us are hardwired to perceive those features. And also other features, for instance, a fuller chest or the Withe tapers, as we're talking. The reason we perceive that as attractive, or at least the majority of people, is that a Withe taper, the Withe taper, indicate that this man has a higher testosterone level. And only when a man has a high testosterone level, he will develop this feature. So those are the two simple examples. And the reason I mentioned them is that we as human beings, we are hardwired to perceive these features which are evolutionary superior as more attractive. In those two examples, they are all the manifestation of a higher testosterone level. And I know people would say that, oh, testosterone is bad because that indicated to violence, to aggression, and all that. Which is true in a way because that's the drive, right? And it's manifested in the bodybuilding or bodybuilders. But at the same time, testosterone level for both man and woman is very, very much related to a sense of confidence, a sense of competence. It is very much related to motivation as well as social status. Well, the testosterone is not the only factor. It's not the only chemical that influence, like, say, the positive side of it. In order to have, like, say, a higher social status or a sense of confidence, you need not only a high level of testosterone, but at the same time, you need a high level of serotonin, which is emotionally manifested as calm, relaxed, and not insecure. The other important characteristics of attractiveness is the sense of symmetry. And I think this is universal. No matter which culture or which country we're from, we all perceive a symmetrical face and also body as more attractive. And the sense of symmetry is also evolutionarily important because symmetry indicates health. So if we have certain diseases, or if we have different pathogens, or if we have parasites, and as well as the genes start to break down or lose the ability to repair itself, we are gonna become more and more asymmetrical. So what we're actually perceiving in symmetry is the entire lineage of gene quality. If our fathers and forefathers and all the ancestors, they have, say, a higher quality gene, they're healthier, they're less influenced by all the pathogens or disorders or diseases. Then when it comes to us or individual, they are gonna show a higher symmetry, which is more attractive. But beside those genetic factors, which is what we cannot control, right? We cannot choose to be born to have a face like Tom Cruise or Pierce Brosnan. I mean, those are just very lucky men. However, our emotional experiences deeply influence our facial symmetries. So probably we are not gonna have, say, a super handsome, attractive cheekbones that are very sharp and edgy and angular, but through influencing our emotionality, we can influence how symmetrical we are, and we can then influence how attractive we are. So the psychological evidences behind our emotional experiences and how good we look is the microexpression. So the concept of microexpression is widely accepted in psychology, and it's widely used in forensic psychology, especially in lie detections, and which is why Lie to Me, the TV show, right? However, the most important thing in the concept of microexpression is that they are automatic. We cannot control them. So whenever we experience certain emotions, anger, disgust, jealousy, any of them, they will be shown on our face. As in the book, What Everybody's Saying, our face is the canvas of our emotions. So whenever we experience certain emotions, anger, fear, contempt, jealousy, whatever, they are gonna be shown on our face. We cannot hide that. We can suppress it, but no matter how much efforts we put into it, they will always be shown on our face for a split second, from say 1/25th of a second to 1/5 of a second. So essentially, those micro expressions are unfakeable. We can never fake them. Just like we cannot fake a genuine smile. If we did not experience the true sense of happiness, true sense of joy, we cannot show that on our face. And when we try, we can pretend, but we can see that it is a fake smile. It is out of courtesy or it is out of politeness, but we know and we can detect that very well that this person did not experience that emotion and he's just faking it. And now we have found 7 basic universal micro expressions. And they are anger, fear, sadness, happiness, disgust, surprise,
motherfucker,
and contempt. So no matter which country or which culture you're from, as a human being, we all experience those 7 basic emotions. So why is this connected to the sense of facial symmetry and the sense of attractiveness? So why and how the concept of microexpression is connected to symmetry and attractiveness? So to better understand this, we can put it into an interesting analogy. So essentially, this is facial calisthenics. So in bodyweight exercise, we all know that, say, if I do push-ups, then my back muscles and my triceps are gonna grow, right? The more I move it, the more it's gonna grow. If I do chin-ups, then my biceps is gonna grow. This is the same to our face. If I'm constantly, say, experiencing anger, if I'm constantly triggered by something in the environment or something inside of me, then my face is gonna do the exercise. The muscles we involve when we experience anger certainly are gonna develop it more because our body are automatically adapted itself to meet the demand. So if we keep frowning all the time, then of course the muscle here is gonna be more developed than other muscles. And interesting thing is that negative emotion generally are asymmetrical. For instance, contempt. We lift one side of our muscles. We do not engage both sides of it. But more positive emotions, for example, joy or happiness, when you smile, you're gonna engage both sides of your muscles. So when we think of it as the facial calisthenics, if we are constantly engaging in an asymmetrical movement, for instance, contempt, then certainly it's gonna cause asymmetry in our face because our facial muscles are used and developed unequally. And beside the facial calisthenics, to be truly and genuinely relaxed is also crucially important for our symmetry. Well, the thing is, many of our emotional as well as physical movements are not conscious. We're either just too obsessed to focus on certain stimulus, or we are just repressing them so we don't feel them. But just because they are not in the awareness, not in the consciousness, does not mean we have not experienced that. So if we're stressed, we're fearful, but we don't experience that, we feel we are perfectly fine, then certainly it's gonna show on our face, which influence the symmetry. Not just face, the whole body, but body is for the next video. So to be able to feel the true relaxation is crucially important, because only then we would not use and engage the facial muscles, which represent what we emotionally experienced while unconscious. And the other important aspect is that we need to have a full range of emotions. That is a very, very important indicator of emotional health. For many emotionally and psychologically disordered individuals, they are dominated, or their mind is dominated by one or two emotions. For instance, some of them are always angry, probably you know that in your life, and some of them are constantly stressed and fearful, and some of them are constantly sad, which is depressed individuals. So the ability to experience a full range of emotions is crucially important. So when it's manifested on our face, then it makes perfect sense why they are related to symmetry and attractiveness. So if a person is constantly angry, he or she is gonna use mostly like frowning, for instance. But if a person has a full range of emotions, not only he or she engage these muscles, but every single muscle on his or her face. In this case, all the muscles are gonna be developed equally or fairly equally and balanced. And in this case, certainly this is gonna contribute to a more symmetrical face. Also, the other important aspect of this is that it is very costly to suppress a natural emotional response. For instance, if you felt angry, firstly it's gonna show on your face, but you are not there to express that due to various reasons. So in this case, you experience anger and fear. But also in the process of inhibiting our natural emotional reactions, we're gonna cause a lot of distortions in the muscles. We have to tense our muscles to hold that natural expressiveness. So when we are angry, we naturally have the desire to strike, but due to whatever reason, we have to inhibit that. Then we need to tense our muscles, not just on the face, but on the shoulder as well. And this gonna influence our entire postures, as well as many important chronic disorders. And that's why I believe we perceive certain face as more superior or more attractive than others. Because not only the, say, facial features give away a lot of, say, genetic information, but the facial symmetry and attractiveness give away a lot of information on how emotionally stable and healthy this person is. If a person is able to relax fully, if a person has a full range of emotions, then this person is emotionally superior. And the emotional healthiness is gonna transcribe into different areas in life. For instance, they might be more confident, they might have more emotional stability, which they can provide emotional support to the partner as well as their offspring. And they are more likely to become dependable and more stable. Well, so that'll be all for this video. I hope you liked it. I hope this video provided you certain information on how our emotional experiences influence how we look. And I hope you can adopt certain things into your life or give you motivation to change your negative emotional patterns, because not only it's gonna make you feel better, but it's gonna make you more attractive as well. So be sure to hit that subscribe button, because there will be more videos on psychology, evolutionary psychology, as well as self-improvements coming up regularly. And I hope you have a good day improving your own emotional experiences as well as your attractiveness. And I will see you in my next video.